Tom Cruise thought it was all in good fun when he mocked Karoline's husband, drawing laughs and showing off his trademark confidence. But what started as playful banter quickly spiraled into tension as his words cut deeper than expected. Just when the moment seemed on the edge of boiling over, the door swung open and Karoline's husband stormed in, shifting the entire energy of the room in an instant. The crowd went silent, Tom's smirk faded, and what happened next left everyone stunned. This was no ordinary exchange. It was a dramatic twist that no one saw coming. Tom Cruise has always been known for his charisma, sharp wit, and the ability to steal the spotlight no matter where he goes. Audiences expect him to be bold, sometimes playful, and even a little provocative, but when those playful jabs turn personal, the energy in the room can shift dramatically. That's exactly what happened when Tom mocked Karoline's husband, thinking it would draw laughs and showcase his quick humor. For a moment, it seemed like the room was on his side, until the man at the center of the mockery stormed in, changing the entire atmosphere and leaving Tom completely silent. The build-up was classic Hollywood tension. Tom's comments started light, nothing too serious at first, just the kind of playful teasing you might hear in any casual banter. But as his remarks grew sharper, the audience began sensing a shift. What was meant as humor started to feel more like ridicule, and Karoline's expression gave it away. She was not entertained. There's something incredibly gripping about watching a confident star push the limits of humor, unaware of what's about to unfold. That anticipation hooks the audience in, making them wait for the inevitable turning point. Then it happened. The door opened, and Karoline's husband entered the room with an intensity that instantly commanded attention. The energy flipped in seconds. Everyone who had laughed awkwardly moments before suddenly sat in silence. Tom, who usually thrives on being in control of every conversation, was visibly caught off guard. That reaction, his sudden silence, was more powerful than any witty comeback could have been. The suspense wasn't just about what he said or didn't say, it was about watching a superstar meet an unexpected challenge face to face. What makes this moment so captivating is the human element behind it. It wasn't just about a celebrity making a joke, it was about a husband stepping in to defend his dignity, his partner, and his presence. Audiences resonate with that because it's real, raw, and unscripted. It taps into the universal theme of respect, what happens when someone crosses the line, and how quickly dynamics can shift when the one being mocked finally speaks up, or in this case, shows up. From a storytelling perspective, the silence was golden. The pause, the lack of words, carried more weight than anything Tom could have said. His reputation as someone who always has the last word was suddenly challenged. That's why viewers find themselves glued to the screen, because silence in a heated moment speaks volumes. It transforms what could have been a forgettable exchange into a moment worth replaying, analyzing, and sharing. The suspense and drama here work on multiple levels. For one, it's the thrill of watching a superstar lose control of the narrative. For another, it's the relatable satisfaction of seeing someone underestimated rise to the occasion. Viewers love a shift in power, and that's exactly what this scene delivers. A reversal where the mocked becomes the one in control, and the mocker is forced to rethink his actions. The moment also sparks conversation. Was Tom out of line, or was it all in good fun until it went too far? Did Karoline's husband overreact, or was he justified in setting the boundary? These questions fuel engagement because everyone has an opinion, and audiences enjoy dissecting both sides of such a public clash. It creates that viral quality. People don't just watch once, they watch again, share with others, and argue about what it really meant. At its core, this moment is about more than celebrity drama. It's about respect, boundaries, and the consequences of underestimating someone. Tom's silence wasn't just a pause in conversation, it was an acknowledgement that his words had crossed a line. And for viewers, that's the kind of authenticity that keeps them watching, not just the glamour and wit, but the raw, unscripted reality of what happens when power shifts in an instant. The drama didn't need shouting, it didn't need a fight, it didn't even need a long speech. All it needed was that one unexpected entrance, that one shift in energy, and the unforgettable sight of Tom Cruise, known for his confidence, falling silent when faced with the one man he underestimated. It's suspense, it's tension, and it's a reminder that in every story, the twist always comes when you least expect it. Tom Cruise is more than just an actor, he is a global icon whose name alone can capture attention in any setting. Whenever his presence is tied to a story, people instantly lean in because they know it won't be ordinary. That's the power of the celebrity hook. using a figure whose reputation and influence are so commanding that the audience feels compelled to see what unfolds. In this case, Tom Cruise's mockery of Karoline's husband provided the perfect spark, setting the stage for a dramatic twist that no one saw coming. The reason this moment works so well is that it blends star power with unexpected vulnerability, creating a story that draws in viewers who crave both glamour and authenticity. From the very beginning, the mention of Tom Cruise creates intrigue. Audiences have a certain expectation of him: confident, charming, daring, and always ready with a witty comeback. He is synonymous with blockbuster energy, so when his name is tied to any dramatic event, the natural instinct is to click, watch, and find out what he did this time. His history of being outspoken and unfiltered adds credibility to the idea that he could mock someone in a bold, unapologetic way. That sense of predictability wrapped in unpredictability makes him the ultimate hook for watch time. People don't just want to hear about the story, they want to witness it unfold. The beauty of this narrative is that Tom's confidence quickly meets its match. By mocking Karoline's husband, he underestimated not just the man himself but the audience's emotional investment in fairness and respect. When Karoline's husband storms in, the dynamic flips, and suddenly Tom isn't the untouchable superstar anymore. He's a man caught in an awkward confrontation. That reversal makes the story irresistible. Viewers get the rare thrill of seeing someone with immense celebrity status placed in a vulnerable position, and that tension keeps them glued to the screen. What makes the celebrity hook so effective here is how it layers drama with relatability. On the surface, it's a Hollywood star's sharp words sparking conflict, but at its core, it's about something everyone understands: standing up for yourself and protecting loved ones. The mix of extraordinary celebrity presence with ordinary human emotion creates a balance that appeals to a wide audience. People may not live Tom Cruise's life of red carpets and action films, but they can relate to the feeling of being mocked or underestimated, and they can celebrate the satisfaction when someone fights back. The watch time value comes from the anticipation this setup creates. Audiences aren't just waiting to see Tom deliver another witty line. They're waiting to see how he reacts when the situation spirals out of his control. The suspense is in his silence, the awkward pause, the shift in body language that reveals more than any dialogue could. For viewers, that's the payoff, and they'll stay through the video to catch every second of it. This is storytelling at its finest, because the hook is strong enough to bring people in, but the dramatic turn is powerful enough to keep them watching until the very end. Tom Cruise's name also ensures massive shareability. People love talking about celebrities, and they especially love moments that reveal a side of them rarely seen. Seeing a star known for strength and confidence fall silent makes for an unforgettable highlight, one people will replay, quote, and debate. Was Tom wrong for mocking? Did Karoline's husband handle it the right way? Those questions fuel conversation, and in turn, extend the life of the content far beyond the initial watch. That's why the celebrity hook isn't just about capturing attention. It's about sustaining it. In today's media landscape, where viewers are bombarded with endless content, a recognizable name like Tom Cruise cuts through the noise instantly. Pair that with a storyline of mockery, confrontation, and silence, and you have a formula that maximizes engagement. The power lies in giving viewers not just what they expect from a celebrity, but what they least expect: a crack in the armor, a moment where the untouchable becomes human. That contrast is what people remember, and it's why they'll stay until the very last second of the video. Ultimately, this moment works because it doesn't just feature Tom Cruise, it challenges the image of Tom Cruise. It shows that even the biggest stars can lose control of a room when faced with the unexpected. That's the essence of a strong celebrity hook, using fame to draw people in, but delivering a raw and unpredictable twist that keeps them watching. When Tom Cruise fell silent in the face of Karoline's husband, it wasn't just a clash of personalities. It was a viral-worthy story that blended Hollywood glamour with real human drama, making it unforgettable and endlessly watchable. Every great story thrives on conflict, and this one had it in spades. Tom Cruise, known for his bold personality and unshakable confidence, decided to poke fun at Karoline's
husband, turning casual bonté into something sharp.
At first, it seemed like harmless teasing, the kind of playful jab audiences expect from a celebrity who knows how to command attention. But soon the humor started cutting deeper, and the tension in the room grew heavy. That's where the conflict began, not just in the words being said, but in the reactions of those watching. What started as laughter shifted into discomfort, as everyone sensed Tom had crossed a line. Conflict is powerful because it hooks the audience instantly. The moment Tom pushed his mockery too far, people leaned forward, waiting to see how the situation would unfold. Would Karoline brush it off? Would the crowd laugh it away? Or would something bigger happen? The stakes rose with each remark, and with rising stakes comes rising interest. No one could predict what was about to happen, and that's exactly why people stay locked into moments like these. They want to see the breaking point. The resolution arrived in unforgettable fashion. Karoline's husband, no longer content to remain the subject of the joke, stormed in with a presence that demanded attention. The room froze, and so did Tom. The shift was immediate and dramatic. The mocker suddenly became the one exposed. Audiences thrive on that reversal, because it delivers justice in real time. Conflict creates the tension, but resolution delivers the payoff, and this one was as sharp as it gets. What made the resolution so effective was its simplicity. It didn't come in the form of a heated argument or a drawn-out shouting match. It came through silence. Tom, the man always ready with a quick retort, suddenly had nothing to say. That pause was more powerful than any scripted dialogue. The look on his face, the stillness in the air, told the story better than words ever could. For the viewers, that moment of silence was the resolution they didn't see coming but desperately needed. This kind of storytelling works beautifully for keeping audiences engaged because it taps into universal emotions. Everyone has experienced conflict, whether being mocked, underestimated, or disrespected, and everyone has imagined what it would feel like to see that conflict turn in their favor. Watching a powerful celebrity like Tom Cruise get silenced by the very man he mocked provides that cathartic release. It's relatable and extraordinary at the same time, and that combination is why viewers won't look away. Another reason this works so well for watch time is the pacing. The conflict isn't thrown out all at once. It builds gradually. Tom's initial teasing feels harmless, then his comments grow sharper, the tension escalates, and just when the audience thinks they know where it's going, the husband storms in. That slow build creates anticipation, making people hang on for the resolution. And when the resolution finally comes, it doesn't just tie up the story neatly, it flips it upside down, delivering a twist that makes the entire journey worth it. From a narrative perspective, conflict and resolution are what turn a moment into a story. Without conflict, there's no tension. Without resolution, there's no payoff. This encounter had both in perfect balance. Tom's overconfidence set up the conflict, Karoline's husband's entrance delivered the resolution, and the silence that followed sealed the moment into something unforgettable. Audiences also love the discussion that follows. Was Tom truly out of line, or was it all just misunderstood humor? Did the husband overreact, or was his response exactly what was needed? That debate extends the life of the story, encouraging rewatches and shares. The conflict invites people in, but the resolution gives them something to talk about long after the video ends. In the end, this wasn't just about Tom Cruise mocking someone. It was about the power shift that happens when confidence meets consequence. The conflict grabbed attention, but the resolution made it memorable. For viewers, it was the perfect blend of tension and release, the kind of moment that demands to be replayed and retold. Conflict created the drama, resolution delivered the silence, and together they turned a fleeting exchange into a viral story that no one could ignore. Emotions are the heartbeat of any powerful story, and in this moment with Tom Cruise, the emotional impact is what makes it unforgettable. Audiences may tune in for the celebrity factor or the drama of the conflict, but what keeps them hooked is how the story makes them feel. Watching Tom Cruise mock Karoline's husband might have started as entertaining, but the instant shift from laughter to silence delivered an emotional roller coaster that audiences couldn't look away from. It's this mix of shock, tension, and satisfaction that transforms a simple exchange into something viral. The first wave of emotion comes with humor. Tom Cruise is charismatic and witty, and when he starts mocking, people laugh, because that's what they expect. It feels playful at first, and the crowd is engaged. But then the humor takes on an edge. The laughs become fewer, the smiles tighter. That discomfort sparks the second emotional wave, unease. Viewers begin to feel the sting of the words, especially as Karoline's reaction suggests it's no longer harmless fun. That shift from lighthearted to awkward is crucial, because it makes the audience feel invested in what will happen next. When Karoline's husband storms in, everything changes. The tension in the room snaps like a stretched rubber band, and the emotional energy spikes. Suddenly, the audience is hit with surprise, excitement, and even a little fear. This isn't just playful teasing anymore, this is real confrontation. People are wired to respond to moments of surprise, and that unexpected entrance jolts them awake. The room feels electric, and the viewers watching can almost sense the collective gasp that must have filled the space. Then comes the most powerful emotional beat of all: silence. Tom Cruise, a man known for his confidence and quick tongue, is suddenly speechless. That silence communicates more than words ever could, and for viewers, it creates an emotional mix of shock and satisfaction. Shock, because they never expected to see Tom stripped of his composure. Satisfaction, because the underdog, the mocked husband, took control of the moment without needing to say a single word. It's poetic, and that kind of emotional payoff is why people stay glued until the very last second. What makes the emotional impact even stronger is how relatable it feels. Almost everyone has been in a situation where someone went too far with a joke or made them the butt of ridicule. Watching this moment unfold taps into those memories and feelings. When the husband steps in, viewers experience a sense of justice, like witnessing a wrong being corrected in real time. That empathy amplifies the emotional resonance, making the scene stick in people's minds long after it ends. The emotional impact also fuels conversation. People don't just watch, they feel compelled to talk about it. Some feel anger at Tom for crossing the line, others feel admiration for the husband's reaction, and many feel a strange mix of both. The debate itself is emotionally charged, which means people rewatch clips, share them with friends, and argue about the meaning. This is where emotional storytelling thrives, not just in the moment itself, but in how it lingers in the hearts and minds of the audience. The pacing of the emotions is another reason the story is so effective. Humor gives way to discomfort, discomfort turns into shock, shock is followed by silence, and silence brings satisfaction. It's a carefully balanced emotional arc that keeps people hooked. If it had been all humor, audiences would have moved on. If it had been all confrontation, it might have felt too heavy. But the combination of highs, lows, and that final moment of emotional release creates a rhythm that makes the story both engaging and memorable. For Tom Cruise, the emotional impact is just as significant. His silence shows vulnerability, and for a celebrity, that vulnerability resonates with audiences in a way few things can. It makes him human, reminding people that even the most confident stars can falter. That humanizing effect deepens the emotional connection and makes the story even more shareable, because it shows a side of him rarely seen. In the end, the emotional impact is what turns this moment from a simple exchange into a viral-worthy narrative. It's not just about what was said or who was involved, but about how it made people feel. Laughter, discomfort, shock, and satisfaction. Those emotions layered together create a powerful viewing experience optimized for watch time. People don't just watch for the story, they watch to feel the story. And when Tom Cruise fell silent in the face of Karoline's husband, the emotional wave that swept through the room carried straight through the screen, leaving viewers with a moment they won't forget.